Good evening, guys, and happy Saturday to all of your sunshiny faces. I forgot what day it was. No, it is Saturday, guys, and as I told you guys yesterday, we were super happy because we got Jack moved downstairs so that we can start doing our upstairs reno that we were planning on doing, which is super awesome. However, we didn't, we still had a lot of furniture that was upstairs after yesterday night. So again, Jack's dresser and Jack's bed were the only two things that came out of, you know, like from upstairs. So we ended up, then today, we ended up moving all of the other furniture out. So I think that there is still possibly a couple of random things that are up there that need to be moved or whatever. Like, I think my dad still has his hats hanging up upstairs. I think there's still a projector screen that's leaning up against the attic door because I think it was supposed to go in the attic. Nobody ever ended up putting it in there. It's not like it's behind the attic door, so it's like we can still open it and get through to the attic, but it's just leaning up like right against like the wall. So that's, I think, still up there. I'm not entirely sure of what kind of randomness of my dad's is still left up there. There's still a file box, and we do still have the old couch upstairs. But what we decided, the our town once a year does a like annual like garbage pickup day, which is, you only need, I think, like 8 stickers or something like that, and they'll haul away anything. So whereas, like, I think normally you need, like, a couple stickers at least to, like, put, like, large furniture outside, like, you know, mattresses and that kind of stuff, they will instead just do everything that you can literally fit on your curb for just 8 stickers. So, I think that was what it was. But they do, I just came across it earlier this week, and I think that it's either in, like, April or May possibly. So what we're probably going to do, unless well, see, this might not wind up being a huge problem though, is that we're probably going to wind up leaving it upstairs while we do the whole reno, because right now we have no room to move anything else. The garage is like, you can barely walk through, and then because there is Jack's desk that we got moved out of there, Jack's desk and a shift robe that my mom had in her office kind of thing on the other side. So there's like one path to get through to like the other area of the garage, which is open. There are also 2 desk chairs that are out in the garage too. So there's just a lot more stuff than is what's normally out there. So there's that. Then there is upstairs in the attic, we got the game shelf, one of the video game shelves that we have up in the attic. We moved, well, it was in Matthew and Jack's room, and now it's up in the attic. The other one is actually currently in my room, and I could fit that in here because it is a small little slender, it's about 1 foot wide, but it's tall. It holds, let's see, 5 shelves high. So it's actually very close to being almost like the top of my hutch. It fits really, really well for like all of their video games. So I was like, I will volunteer to just take that and hold it in here, because on top of that too, those are ones that like normally they end up, like, it's for all of the new consoles that they have, like the Xbox One and the PS5. So, and I think the PS4 games are in there too, but because we don't have that many, we don't really play that often. But like, and I think also some of them are digital, like, anyways. So that's in here though, just so that they have access to it if they need to get, you know, to one of them. They don't have to go trying to crawl through the attic right now because there's like no room in the attic. We also had to move Matthew and Jack's boxes into the attic of their things, and I think Matthew's bed and box spring are still in the or upstairs, but it has to go into the attic. So, I'm trying to still figure out what else we got moved. My dad's desk came downstairs today along with pretty much everything that was on and sort of in and around near his desk. All ended up coming downstairs along with, there was a chair that was in the attic that, like, his desk chair probably wouldn't fit in my parents' room right now because it doesn't fit, like, underneath the desk, if that makes sense. So there was one that went with Jack's desk that's currently outside, and that one was up in the attic already, and we ended up moving it into my parents' room. So my dad at least has a desk at his, or a chair at his desk to use. So that got taken care of. I'm trying to think what else. Like I said, all furniture wise, Jack also ended up moving. There was a table, and he had a little 2-shelf kind of like shelving unit thing. It was real short. He had some books and some like paint, or not painting, but like his drawing things on there, and so that is in the attic as well. So like I said, there's a bunch of stuff that we had to move into the attic or into the garage temporarily while we have the upstairs cleared and cleaned out. Like I said, I think the only thing might be a couple of my dad's random stuff that's up there, Matthew's bed and box spring, which still has to go in the attic, and then the couch that's going to stay up there. But I told you guys too, it's a bonus room, so it's big. Like, we can leave the couch in the middle of the room and still be fine to be able to get to all of the walls and everything, and still the ceiling and all that to tear this stuff down. But the idea is, like I said, that most likely we're gonna take the couch and put it out during that, you know, like I was saying, that garbage pickup day, along with, I think there's a little ottoman thing that's up there too, so that's probably going to go as well. And then we are going to go to Jewel tomorrow. Me and my mom are going to go, actually, so that my dad can still, he needs to take down, well, he needs to move Matthew's bed with Jack, probably. They need to do that. He needs to still, I think there's some random stuff that needs to be picked up upstairs, and there's still a filing cabinet that's upstairs. And then also too, there is curtains, which are like these, I think we got them, but they were somebody else's custom curtain, like blinds. They're really nice though. They're like made out of wood, but they don't fit our windows properly. I used to have one set in my room, and then there was one set that was upstairs in Matthew and Jack's room. And like I said, they're really nice because they're really, really dark, because it's not like traditional, like, you know, like the vinyl ones where it's like light still kind of comes through. It's like they are like blackouts. You can't see through them, but they're a little bit smaller than our like double windows, so they didn't fit completely perfectly. But anyways, long story short, that is really heavy and kind of awkward and stuff like that, so I couldn't take it down by myself, so my dad's gonna have to take that down. And like I said, I still think he has like a hat rack that's upstairs. I think he still has like a calendar, maybe one or two other little things hanging on the wall over by his desk that he'll also have to come down. Like I said, I think that's for the most part the only thing that's upstairs. But I was joking around with Jack today. I was like, it's funny, everything that was on that side of the house, we just kind of moved, like, you know, on that side upstairs, we just moved most of it to the attic. I was like, the whole house is probably like doing this now. Like, it's all heavy now at like that end instead, and like this end of the house, there's like nothing in it, you know, as far as like the upstairs goes. So you know, like I was saying, the attic, we're going to, and my dad even said it too, is that once all of this is done and everything can come back out of the attic, me and him are probably going to go back through and like reorganize all the boxes and things like that that we did already organize in the attic. So this has been like a 2-year project pretty much, because we started with, and we weren't originally so certain that we were going to actually end up moving rooms, but one of the big things was that we kind of figured too was that if we needed to clean out the attic, and then as we cleaned out the attic, we just kind of also realized too at the same time, like if we were going to wind up switching rooms and redid the whole upstairs, because the upstairs needed to be redone, this was how we were probably going to have to go about doing it. And so we needed the attic cleaned so that we could do this. So the fact that it is actually, again, we can still walk around in the attic. There's nothing that's really obstructing any of the walkways. It's just there's a lot more stuff that's in there now than there was and what there should be. So like I said, it's a lot, and we're, you know, again, there's a lot of things that have to be handled, but biggest thing is, you know, like the last step that I can do before we have to have other people outside of our house do things really is the demo, which is what I told you guys, most likely if all that stuff gets taken care of tomorrow, which is just kind of like little small things, but like moving around of some of the furniture things and whatever. So long as that stuff gets taken care of, then me and Jack can probably, like I was telling you guys, actually do the demo during this week. So me and my mom are going to a Jewel tomorrow, and then me and my dad are going to go to Menards after that, and we're going to rent that. I was telling you guys about how there's like those dumpster kind of bags. I think they're called like bagsters, and that's what we're going to redo when we tear out all the drywall, all that stuff. We're going to put it in there and then have them take that and haul that away. And that's how like the whole thing works. It's pretty much like a dumpster, but you just pay for the bag, and then I think you pay for the bag really kind of, and then you pay to have it hauled away, but you don't have to have a permit for it, whereas like we have to have a permit if we have a dumpster. So which we did when we did our roof for our garage. But like I was saying too, with the whole upstairs I really think that me and Jack should not have a problem getting kind of the whole thing done in, you know, the span of sort of this week while he is home for spring break. I also have all of the materials, masks, eyewear, you know, gloves, all that kind of stuff that you need for kind of the demoing part of it. So like I said, we have all that. I use that stuff when we are doing like things outside too, like, you know, drilling things or, you know, sawing things or whatever. I'm always wearing gloves and earplugs and like my safety glasses and all that kind of stuff as well. So I have that stuff that's like, I actually have it in a little bag in my closet because of how frequently I use it. I was like, I'm just gonna actually take a pair of, because my dad has a bunch of like, you know, like I said, the eyeglasses, like safety glasses. And so I was like, I'm just gonna take a pair so that I always have them if I need them. And like I have like gardening gloves, but then I also have like work gloves too. They're not super heavy duty, but they'll probably do fine for being able to pull out all the drywall stuff. They're still like work gloves, and that's what, like I said, I use when we're doing other project things that I'm trying to think too. Thing is that I want to get this done really quickly because we're also going to start to run into not only the time crunch of, I told you guys, like Matthew coming home, which my mom's already like she's like, where's Matthew gonna sleep? Like, you know, he's coming home next weekend for like, I think he's coming home next weekend for Easter. Is that, no, yes, no, not next weekend. He's coming home next weekend for something. Oh, Jack's birthday, because Jack's birthday is going to be the Saturday before Easter, and so we're not going out for his birthday. And we also too, Matthew has got a family thing at their fraternity that we're going to as well on Jack's birthday. So like I was saying, we're next weekend though, Matthew's coming home so we can go there. So my mom's like, well, where's Matthew gonna sleep? He's not gonna have a bed. Maybe we should just leave the bed upstairs. And I was like, it's gonna be covered in drywall. Like, even if we like wrap it, that's the other thing too. We also have to take down the ceiling, like the lights, and also to the heaters that are upstairs. My dad's gonna have to figure out how to detach them from the wall, and we're also gonna have to cover those as well for the time being. So Matthew's gonna have to sleep on an air mattress in the living room right now because we don't have anywhere to shove another bed. Like, I don't even have room on my floor because I had to kind of move things around too to get that shelf in here. Like, I don't have room on my floor to be able to be like, you can blow up an air mattress and sleep on my floor. Like, you know, like there's no room in anybody's bedroom even at this point. And I told you guys too, like, our house is almost a maze. Like, you come into the living room and you wouldn't really know it. So you come into the kitchen, you wouldn't really know it. Any other room literally, and maybe the bathroom, but any other room you go into and you'd be like, this is like, it's like a maze to get through our house right now, like out to Jack's bedroom, because again, we just have to shove him in there so we can finish. And it's like, you know, when you think about it, our attic is almost half, like the bonus room is almost half the size of like our house. So that's how much furniture we had to move into just this part of the house. And again, the attic, garage, and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, the garage to get through there, the attic to get through there is like a maze. So again, we still have pathways, we still have walkways, and everything's organized. It's all in like bins. It's not like there's just stuff piled up, but it's just, it's a little, it's crazy and chaotic. So like I was saying, the last part that we can really do is the demo. Then after that, we are going to have to hire people to rehang the drywall because we are not going to do that. I think we're going to put the insulation in ourselves because that's easy. And then I think flooring. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with flooring, but then after that, we also have to get the windows done upstairs. There's a lot of things that have to get done then after that we can't do anymore. Like, once we get to that point, we're done. After, like I said, probably this week, we're done. We can't do anything else. So again, it's going to be interesting, but we're going to figure it out. But the other thing too is that I don't want to keep working on this like so long into the future, like, you know, into late spring and summer, because our gardens also need to be tended to. I just saw the prettiest purple tulips coming up, and I'm like, oh my goodness, they're coming up through all of this like mess that I never cleaned out too. And our vegetable garden bed is just a disaster, and like, you know, our deck is probably gonna have to be power washed too at the start of like the summer, like all that kind of stuff. And those are normally like a whole day project for me to do. I love power washing though, guys, but it's like a whole day for me to take care of that. And like, I just, you know, if we're also doing other things, I'm not gonna have time to be able to do that or tend to a garden and plant a garden and, you know, vegetable gardens renovations and all this kind of stuff, I'm like, we need to try and get this wrapped up very quickly. I would love to have it done before Matthew gets home, but it's also getting people in line, like for like, again, we have to line somebody up to do the drywall, you have to line people up to do floor or whatever, windows, you know, all that kind of stuff. And those can still take a long time, so we're at the point where we can't move anybody until upstairs is finished. Again, if we have to wait like on the windows, we'll probably be okay, but you know, as far as floor and walls, those have to be done before anybody can go upstairs. So like I was saying, it's gonna be an interesting and kind of difficult process for the time being, but you know, we're figuring it out. It's just, I was telling you guys too, it's gonna be chaos for us for a little while. I'm not so in love with the fact that this is kind of how, you know, like I said, our house is just a little bit more chaotic than it normally is. Like I said, Jack is very tightly kind of squeezed into my mom's half office, half bedroom at this point. You know, it's a tight squeeze, but we're managing. You know, it's just like I said, it's a little bit difficult for, you know, like I was saying, the things that are in there right now, you know, to try and maneuver to, even to just get the dogs outside and like that kind of stuff, and moving furniture through there. Like today, I was like, we have to take everything out the front door, we can't go through the back door because there is just not room for some of like the big pieces, because like I said, Jack's bed is in there and my mom's desk is still, you know, built into the wall. People that do like kitchen renovations, that can take a long time too, and you're forced to either eat out or, you know, find something that's like constantly cooking on the grill, or, you know, something like that, like, you know, or just like quick, you know, microwave meals or whatever it is. It's like, you know, when you're, you know, you have to figure out ways to kind of work around things. And like I said, us having to take half of our house, or I guess a third of our house, and pretty much move it all is a little tough. So, you know, and like I said too, we're already kind of, you know, in a smaller house for as many people as we have living here, and so we're kind of crammed a little bit as it is. But I think that, again, this will open it up because everybody will have their own room. My mom and dad will be upstairs with my mom's office, you know, so again, everybody will have their space, and Matthew and Jack won't be in the same bedroom. And, you know, like I was saying, it's just, hopefully overall we can just, you know, be able to spread out a little bit more, and, you know, but it's like we have to condense so small, and then everybody's gonna be able to, you know, move out and, you know, kind of have like their own space. But we're in very tight corners for the time being, which is the really tough thing. So, you know, like I said too, my parents had to move my dad's desk into their bedroom, which wasn't in there, and they already have like 2 dressers, well no, 3 dressers, and my mom's makeup tables in there, and, you know, their bed. And so again, they have some room in there, but there's not a ton of room, and they have to squeeze my dad's desk in there too. So like I said, it's just, it's a little cramped right now in some people's bedrooms and in the house in general. But you know, like I said, we're managing. It's just, it's gonna be interesting for a little while. And like I said, the thing is that I really want this to get done quickly, because I can just kind of tell, like, if it doesn't keep moving along and things just aren't really getting done, that's when people are gonna start being like, how long do I have to stay like this? You know, how long do I have to have all this stuff in here? Or, you know, having to go up into the attic to get things that I need, or out into the garage, you know, whatever it is. Mostly furniture's out there, but there is stuff that, like I said, is in the attic that people might need to get to too, that they don't have access to on a daily basis, because it's not where it, you know, should be. Again, Jack has like his daily things, but if it's like, oh, I really wanted to get my this out, you know, whatever, it's something he doesn't use that often, he's gonna have to go find it in the attic right now. So again, I will see you guys though in tomorrow's vlog with a haul, and then also 2 updates on whatever else we're able to get done. I'd love to be able to like take the first piece of drywall out tomorrow. That would be amazing. But anyways, I will see you guys in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see you all very sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye guys.